and continuous possession gameplay. And as we're seeing here, some of the tactical changes from both players, how they want to set up their teams, obviously going very in depth. But for me, I'm thinking Christopher can do it. Again, I think that first goal, very vital, and if Christopher gets it, it's home and dry for him.
Absolutely. So predictions then, Rene, how do you think it's going to go?
Well, I definitely want to predict this is going to be a loud match.
Yes.
Agreed.
First of all, if I'd had to pick either of these guys, I've been predicting upsets all day. I'll go for once with my gut feeling because I've been wrong most of the time. So I'll say USMAKABYLE.
Okay. Adam.
Similar to Harry, Head says USMAKABYLE. The only reason why I might go with Christopher is because in the big games, after he's already qualified USMAKABYLE, he tends to actually slip up, believe it or not, because maybe the pressure's off and he thrives off that pressure.
Seen it in the group stage.
The Head would say USMAKABYLE though.
Yeah, my feeling for this is if Christopher keeps it tight for the first 30 minutes, maybe even the first half of this, I think he'll see the game out. But if USMAKABYLE really starts fast, really starts aggressively and gets that lead up, I think he could. Yeah, I think it'll be. It's very, very tight.
I'm really on the brink.
I could see this going to extra time if I'm perfectly honest. But no, I will go because I think it's been. Look, no, yeah, Drew, thank you very much. So many comedians in this building today. I think. Oh, I thought it was just USMAKABYLE's tournament all along, to be perfectly honest, so I'm going to have to go with him, although I would love to see the story of Christopher PW taking it home.
It's just that the final thing that he has after qualifying that has my doubt, but yeah.
So who will come out on top, the possession king or the wrecking ball? I'm going to hand it over now for the final time for our grand final today. Harry, Ricky, take it away.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, Harry, here we are, the final.
Yep.
It's been a long tournament. It's been entertaining. We've had goals, we've had chances, we've had everything. And of course, the pressure's off in the sense that they're both through, but it's also, as we said, a big rivalry. They want the pride now, and I think if we see some goals, this place could erupt.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of passion in this building, and like I said, a buzz in the room in the arena here just to see and eagerly anticipating these two on the stage go up against each other. We had from season one, obviously, the world champion, reigning world champion Eterito, and the German Venoms, who is in the building here today. Joining them now will be these two on the stage. Christopher on your screens and his opponent, the Frenchman, USMAKABYLE, returning to the world stage. Christopher actually had a lengthy absence, didn't he, from the world stage? I mean, I think his last World Finals appearance was 2010, right?
Yeah, it was 2010 since he's last been there. I think that's why we saw the emotion we did in the last game, because the relief that he's finally back there after so long, you know, and he's 29 now, and USMAKABYLE is 25. Of course, he's also a world champion from 2015, 2016. So it's been a few years since he's been there as well. Yeah, we're going to have one hell of a roster when it does come to the World Finals. But how do you think these two are, because they play so differently? One's attack, one's more possession. Are we going to see how it goes through the opening 15-20 minutes?
Well, I'm just watching here, and my first inkling that I see, or first thing I've noticed, no handshake between the two, no show of sportsmanship. So that should show everyone here in the arena and everyone at home how much of a grudge match this really is between these two. To answer your question, I mean,
hang on a minute here, we've got an opening chance. Sorry to cut you off there, Harry, but
Christopher there to try and go for the long ball and maybe show that he's not going to play his traditional holding style.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's suddenly an onslaught's on here, opening a couple of minutes. But as USMAKABYLE does well, he's attacking from your right to left. We'll get that out of the way now on the away strip. And yeah, Christopher from left to right, and we've got another chance here. Goalie decided to stay. It was a bit of an error, but it's come off the post. 4 minutes. We've already had a couple of chances. Barely able to catch our breath, Harry.
Yeah, chance for both players on the stage. Obviously, as we've said before, both in the World Finals, but both desperately want to win this game. They want to be known as the Season 2 regional champions, and we saw early on a Route 1 ball, so to speak, from Christopher. Obviously renowned, like you said, Ricky, for controlling the game, controlling the midfield. Just almost tries to catch USMAKABYLE off guard with a long ball. Doesn't get the shot off that he wanted. Then up the other end, a real gilt-edged chance, really, for USMAKABYLE. One that you bank on him more often than not, considering his goal-scoring form so far in this tournament, for him to put away, but nothing doing that time.
No, and now we've got a ball over the top towards Maitland-Niles. If he can cut this back, there is a chance, but good bit of defending. And also questions whether maybe Christopher will decide to mix it up purely because, you know, we've been talking about his style of play. Actually, here is a chance now for USMAKABYLE. You would expect him to possibly put this away. He will. And there we have it, your opening goal after just 10 or so minutes. And that really should possibly open this game up now.
No celebration from the Frenchman. Hasn't really celebrated
just a wry smile
all tournament, apart from when he did finally secure qualification, and the screams echoed around the arena. You can see Christopher disappointed in that, and you'll see why. The defence all over the place, really. It was almost a back three that he had to defend with, and one defender of which I'm pretty sure it was Socrates just came across. No need to track the run. You can see it's the captain there. Might have actually been a different defender, not Socrates, but either way, the culprit has really allowed this goal scorer Aubameyang through behind his defence, and now Christopher with an uphill battle on home soil.
Yep, that's exactly right. After just 14 minutes, we do have an opening goal, but that's the threat that the Frenchman has. He's so good at counter-attacking. He plays very narrow football. It's fast, it's quick tempo, which makes it very, very difficult to defend against him. And obviously that's now got to force Christopher to come out and hopefully play a little bit more attacking, but I'm sure he's not going to be too phased by it. He's been behind before, as many players have. And yeah, right now he's just sort of spraying it around the back, keeping possession, looking for Ramsey as he flicks it on towards Danny Welbeck. Lacazette. Welbeck again. That is a brilliant ball towards Aubameyang. Tried a little bit of trickery, got half a yard, but unfortunately he's gone the other way. Danny Welbeck as well now getting into the play, but that's a bit of a poor pass, Harry, and they've lost possession.
Yeah, trying to bring Torreira into the game, and that's the type of mistake he can't really afford to make, as Makabyle's such a deadly attacker.
Yeah, that, nearly another ball through the middle. I think as USMAKABYLE, I'm not quite sure if you remember in the last game with the semi that he played 4 in midfield. This time he's gone for a 4-3-3, so obviously he does change his formation depending on the opponent. But right now he's got the upper hand, and he's looking very lively with 25 minutes gone. A chance to play it inside. Danny Welbeck, will he hit it? No, he's going to lay it square, and the challenge by Hector Bellerin, I believe, was just enough to deny number 2.
Yeah, really important block here because it's squared, and maybe could have taken another touch there with the player who attempted the shot. I know he had a player right in front of him, so that was almost always going to be blocked, but corner now to USMAKABYLE.
Yeah, 26 minutes play, chance to deliver this one. He does fizz it in. Dangerous looking ball. There's so many ways you can, of course, take corner kicks, but ultimately the way these pros take them is just by fizzing them in as fast as possible and hoping that someone will get on the end of it, very much like that. Not quite sure where the marking was there, Harry. They seem to have disbanded.
I was about to say, there's, like you said, so many different ways to stick the ball in the mixer from the corner, and that's one of them. I was about to say the front post, very prevalent we've seen so far here in the PES League EU regional finals, but Aubameyang about 3 yards out, no marking anywhere near him. That's got to go down as a defensive mistake. Someone lost their assignment there, and Aubameyang, that's why he's favoured by so many of these PES League players, why so many people choose Arsenal. It's for that man's height and his ability in the air.
Yeah, it was a fantastic leap, 2-footed off the ground, back of the net, and now it's 2-0, 27 minutes gone. Back to the drawing board again for Christopher, who hasn't really created too much, but that is smart play because he was getting pressed, and there is a complete instant reply. What about that? That's maybe route 1 is an option.
Well, we know him for his possession gameplay, but sometimes, like you say, route 1 is the way forward. Straight from the kickoff, and immediately responds with a wonderful chip. You can't get much more perfect than that, and it's game on all of a sudden when USMAKABYLE gets his first 2 goals. You don't bet against him, but now Christopher is trying to rewrite the script. What a finish.
A lovely little volley, wasn't it, with the left foot as well, outside of the boot. Couldn't have put it in a perfect more position. Aubameyang will quickly get the ball out of the net. 2 goals to 1 now. But this is the type of final you want to see. Players coming at each other, trying to score some goals. But it was very smart play that he did just decide to play it over the top, because he knew he was going to get high pressed, as we know that he does like to play, OSMAKABYLE, the Gegen press very often. Starts again here, Christopher, with Petr Cech. Swings it round the other way towards Maitland-Niles, but he got a little bit fortunate, but maintains possession. Hector Bellerin.
Good switch.
Lovely switch. Find Danny Welbeck. Towards Lacazette. Ramsey pokes it over once again. Brilliant! Suddenly 2-0 is 2-2. That's got to be two of the quickest goals we've seen yet, Harry, in quick succession.
The arena absolutely erupts for the hometown man, and game on. What a fantastically well-worked goal. Absolutely amazing. We'll see it again here. It all stems from that switch over to Welbeck on the left-hand side. He saw it, and then the fake shot, the Croydon, I almost want to say, to get the space on the edge of the box, and then he finds the main man with a delightful chip through. I think it's Ramsey on the other side, has no chance, or excuse me, it's Koscielny always playing catch-up, and just as Christopher was playing catch-up in this game, he's well and truly caught up now.
Yeah, suddenly it's 2-2. I'll tell you what, that was probably team-wise one of the best goals you've seen, as in, like you said, the switch was magical, and then he just turned on the afterburners, found a bit of space, dinked it over, and now it's 2-2, and he's looking for a third here. He has drilled it in, but Petr Cech takes claim as we've got 10 minutes left of the first half. Yet to have any type of extra time or penalty so far in this tournament. And that is a bit of a naughty late one. May come back for a yellow later on, but for now the referee does play the advantage, but it's been given away.
Surprised he's not brought that one back. There was nothing on as soon as the ball dribbles back towards the halfway line after the pass slightly overhit. I'm very surprised the referee's let that one go.
Yeah, he's not too bothered about it, I guess, but he may return at a later date. Here is Hector Bellerin now. Christopher certainly has, I'd say, more possession this opening half, but you would expect that. OSMAKABYLE, when he does get the ball, he's very direct, and he'll play it quick and high and fast to try and catch his opponent off guard. Here is Koscielny, Danny Welbeck, back to Iwobi. Deciding to take it out wide, feeds it up the line, back inside, maybe a little bit too much. That's a fair enough challenge. He won the ball. Maitland-Niles, John Jules towards Aubameyang, took a deflection, and that looks like it will be the final chance of the half, Harry. Lively, and we've had Aubameyang all across the board. 4 goals for him.
4 goals for Aubameyang, as you say, and I think it's fair to say that's a fairly even scoreline at the half. No changes being made by either man, and both clearly happy with their ability to score and break down their opponent, as OSMAKABYLE now will start this half left to right.
Absolutely, and he could start off on a flourish, and he does. 3 goals to 2, just like that. And that's what a start to the second half, how different it could be. Madness.
Straight down the middle from Welbeck, and slots it home right from the kickoff, and a great response at the half. I said both players on the stage very happy with how they were attacking one another and felt like they are making opportunities. It's Aubameyang this time turning provider, so 2 goals and now an assist for Aubameyang.
Yeah, he literally pulled, what happened there was he pulled number 5, Socrates, away from the ball, and that ultimately gave the space for a different goal scorer this time, Danny Welbeck, to slot it home. Sometimes you just make those slight error of judgment and it does cost you a goal. So 3 goals to 2 now. OSMAKABYLE back ahead after leading 2-0. And it's game on. It's fed out wide to the other place to find Maitland-Niles up the line. John Jules now. Bit of a deflection. Danny Welbeck looking for the back post. No, he's still onside, trying to square it. And, well, it's been a lively start for the Frenchman, Harry.
Thought he might have just been offside there, but a perfectly timed ball to find him there on the far side. And it's a completely different game to what we thought we might see. Maybe a bit of an attritional affair, but it's been more of a shootout. Goals galore, and right now both these players, when they come forward, look like they're going to create a solid chance and potentially convert them.
Yeah, it certainly has been refreshing to see. Christopher is certainly willing to attack, of course, but he has scored plenty of goals. I think This is probably the most he has conceded so far in this tournament, but he's playing an opponent that we know is just so good. Has some piercing attacks sometime. But he's playing a guy that will play very, very good possession if needed. Petr Cech. Great ball to find Danny Welbeck now. Coming up to the hour mark. Kolasinac with the overlapping run. Feeds it inside. Lacazette wanted it play back to him. Just about got there. That reverse pass not quite working out for him. Looks like we may have a change, Harry, shortly. Someone's going to make some tactical changes when the ball does go off.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see any tactical changes, maybe just personnel.
Possibly. That's exactly right. The ball has gone out now. And we'll see exactly what happens here.
Yeah, I think both these players on the stage at the moment should be fairly happy with how they are attacking one another. As I said before, both look very likely to create opportunities. I'm not sure if we're seeing any tactical changes on either side, and to be honest with you, as long as we keep staying the way it is, I'm perfectly happy with that, because there's goals still in this game. It feels like between these two, we thought it might be a cagey affair, and we use the C word so often, but it hasn't been cagey whatsoever. These two well and truly attacking each other, and Christopher showing what he's capable of on the attack.
Yeah, he's certainly proving that, you know, maybe a while since he's been at these World Championships, but if he plays this way, he could certainly give himself a big chance. As you said, not too many tactical changes, just more of a personnel thing, but we may get a few here. Just playing a little bit more defensive cover. But of course, as we know, they both are advancing either way, Harry, into their World Finals, and fully deserved, you would say?
Absolutely. I mean, we saw on one side USMAKABYLE advancing from the gauntlet side, I suppose you could say, from the tournament tree, the bracket, with 4 top players going up against each other on that side. And USMAKABYLE, he takes down Alex Alguacil to book his ticket. And then on the other side, Christopher doing so well to get some goals on the board early on against the young Brit who was trying to complete his Cinderella story, couldn't quite make it happen, and it's the man returning to the World Finals after a lengthy absence.
Yeah, and here's a chance now for Aubameyang, gets half the yard! And there is the equaliser yet again. You just can't tear these two apart. Every time that the Frenchman scores, the Portuguese man comes right back at him. Third goal for Aubameyang. He continues to score. Maybe defensively they're a little bit lackluster, Harry. USMAKABYLE right now on the stage, you can see him shaking his head, maybe disappointed, feeling like his defender here could do better. It's well done by Christopher. The fake shot in the box is what I think maybe USMAKABYLE is a bit disappointed about. We see it's quite a heavy touch after the fake shot, and maybe feels his defender here should do better after this fake shot here. That touch is very heavy, and oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah,
I think it's Koscielny who has a chance to boot that one away, but just doesn't take it.
It was like a tangle of legs there, wasn't it? But he took it so quickly that he almost caught the goalie off guard, and Petr Cech had no answer to it. We're back into the formation screen here as we have some more personnel change. Looks like Mkhitaryan may be coming on. But it's a lively final. 3-3, plenty of goals to talk about.
It is. As we said before, thought this might be a more of an attritional affair, and Christopher might try and control the game and prevent USMAKABYLE even getting chances to prove his goal-scoring form, and it really hasn't been that at all. Some really good early goals from the Frenchman, and it's been comeback after comeback from Christopher, and this is proving to be one of the great finals we've seen in PES League. Still a lot to play.
Yeah, we had a 3-3 or 3 versus 3 that ended in a 3-3 yesterday. That, of course, went into that penalty shootout. It's an unbelievable final. We've got the same here today. Another tantalising affair as USMAKABYLE just couldn't quite get through. And now Christopher, who's shown how good he has been at attacking, has a chance to do what he's been doing well. What a ball that is over the top. Can Lacazette get it down quickly enough? He couldn't, and it was a decent effort, but pretty comfortable for Cech. And that's comfortably headed back to Petr Cech.
He was watching that Lacazette run the entire way. I was watching him. He was just playing for Lacazette, playing down that left-hand side, sprinting towards USMAKABYLE's goal, and it will be a throw into the man we're talking about. But tremendous play there by Christopher, and 15 in-game minutes left. You feel like at the moment neither of these guys look like they want to lose this game. Obviously they don't, but Both feel like scoring, but at the moment looks like Christopher, honestly, looks the more likely despite USMAKABYLE's goal-scoring form.
Yeah, very calm player. And as you said, he keeps the ball well. I've actually been very impressed with how he's played in the last game. He's playing in this game. He seems to have grown from what we saw earlier in the tournament. He's certainly becoming a little bit more adventurous, should we say. And now he has a chance with Mkhitaryan. He'll fizz it out wide. Danny Welbeck with a lot of space. The give and goes on here, and he has found him. Couple of red shirts in the box. Deciding to maybe just recycle it round again. He's done well to keep it, but took a little bit too long. A sliding challenge there missed him. And Katie now on the right-hand side. Back to Torreira. Only 8 minutes to play. Extra time does beckon at the moment. One more goal could win this. Danny Welbeck picks it up. Harry, have you got a clear favourite here?
You know, at the moment it's looking really, really dangerous for USMAKABYLE. I mean, Christopher looks like he's creating great passing play. I mean, there are a few stray passes here and there which maybe could be a bit more succinct, but he's spotting players in space so often and creating that space by attacking movement. I just think Christopher looks more likely to score right now.
Yeah, he's playing some good football. It's nice to see the possession that he plays. It's a slower tempo, but it works, as you can see. He wouldn't get to the final otherwise. Has the ability to score. He also has the ability to slow the game down.
3 at the back here.
Yeah, this is a chance. He's through here, but has he got the pace to get away? Plays it up the line. If he hits this early, that's all. That was a bit of a shaky back pass, but Czech has very, very done well there, and it has finished 3-3. Looking at the stats there, Harry, pretty even. 4 to 6 attempts, 61 to 39% possession.
Yeah, more passes made though by 40 odd for Christopher, and it's as expected. That's his game style. He likes to spread the pitch, build up from the back. USMAKABYLE a bit more of a direct style player, and I did wonder if that attack at the end would be the final twist in the tail between these two, but we go to extra time. It was just 1 minute added on by the referee, and it was dangerous in the end despite Christopher having good spells of possession and territory in USMAKABYLE's half. It was the Frenchman who had the better chance at the end of regulation. However, we do now go into 2 15-minute halves of extra time, and if we're even at the end, we're going to penalties.
Yes, the dreaded penalties again, but we still have at least 30 minutes here to play. And as you would expect, looking at the stats before, Christopher has dominated, 61% possession for him, but that won't phase USMAKABYLE. He'll be fine about defending, sitting deep, getting the ball and trying to counter when possible, with a little bit of a loose pass there as it goes out of play.
This is dangerous here too. This is great territory for USMAKABYLE to really start building a quick attack.
Yeah, he does have a chance, but not quite with a pass like that. Given away. Now they can switch it towards Danny Welbeck. Oh, given away sloppily. Overlapping run here. Great cut inside, but a fantastic challenge by Koscielny, but it's fallen again. Lays it back, and it's into the roof of the net. What a finish, Harry.
It's the hat-trick from Aubameyang. And the deadlock is broken here in extra time. Took just, what, 7 minutes? And it comes from a mistake, it has to be said, from USMAKABYLE. Does so well to get the first tackle in, but because he's lost the ball so high up the pitch, in his own half, I suppose you could say instead. And
look at that back flick.
It's a lovely back flick, but should never really even be on for USMAKABYLE, and Christopher will be ruining that one. Celebrations all round from Aubameyang, celebrating with the fans, but to be honest with you, I'm classing that as a mistake from Christopher, and he'll be ruining that one if it stays this way.
Yeah, we have a 7-goal thriller so far, but we still have just under 25 minutes of extra time to play, and we have seen Christopher come back from 2-0 down, so don't write him off yet at all. But another good switch play by Christopher to find Danny Welbeck. USMAKABYLE went diving in there, and that could cost him a goal. Possibly it has. He tried to commit, he failed, and we're back again. 4-4. This final is mental.
Back and forth, but it's always Christopher hot on the heels of USMAKABYLE. This was an instant response, still in the first half of extra time. We've got a second half yet to come, and
what a diving header.
Again, it comes from a mistake, in my opinion, from the opponent. We saw, as you said, USMAKABYLE just diving in a little bit with Socrates. That allowed so much space for the cross to come in from Welbeck, and Aubameyang, as he's proven so far, not only in this final, but throughout the PES League, he's always going to stick those away. And it's 7 across the two teams for Aubameyang. The other one came from Welbeck, who turned a sister on that one. And now just a time to chill out and calm down here as both players assess the situation and wonder how they break the other one down to try and grab the winner.
Yeah, well, I got it completely wrong because I really didn't think we would have as many goals as we've had, Harry. It's been just crazy. I mean, we've had 8 goals in this matchup.
It's a great final, though. No one wants to see, you know, a tactical warfare, you know, 2-1, 1-0. We want to see goals.
We want to see goals, and we've certainly seen that with a late challenge. Referee will bring that back, and I'm sure it will be a card as well because the studs were slightly showing there. No, he's not going to give a card, actually. He's decided
interesting.
We'll just leave it because it may be the first one of the game.
Referee obviously very lenient. Mark still let the players play.
Yeah, USMAKABYLE now with a chance. Going to play a short one. No, he's going to try and fizz it in. Interesting decision, but didn't quite work out for him. Now Christopher can break. We've got 3 minutes left of the first period of extra time. We've seen a lot of switching play as well, which, I mean, it does work. It does free up you a little bit of space down the other flank. We've seen him score that way as well. Good play this first time. Lovely ball over the top. Will he get there? Not quite. And that looks like it probably will be the final chance of the first period of extra time. 4-4. We're still going strong, and you simply cannot separate these two players.
Certainly leaving all of it on the line here in the grand finals of the PES League 2019 EU regional finals. These guys, there was question coming into the grand final here, now that both of them had already secured their qualification to the world finals, whether or not this might be a bit of a dead rubber match, but the rivalry obviously fueling the fire between these two, and obviously the moniker of being crowned champion of your region is something that both of these two are using as motivation here to try and beat the other, and it's producing a fantastic final.
Absolutely, what a physical challenge that was there by the Frenchman. He got the ball going, and we know he starts off quickly. He's looking to do the same. That challenge from, I think it was Guendouzi, just did enough there to put him off. We only have now 10 minutes just over till we may head to penalties, which is always an interesting contest. But Iwobi's been caught, but Harry, foul's been given. Yeah,
unfairly caught right there, and that'll frustrate USMAKABYLE, as he felt maybe that's one that the referee could have let slide, and if he did, USMAKABYLE had a few men pouring forward on the counter-attack, and I must say, hats off to both of these players, Christopher especially, where he is so renowned for controlling the game and using his possession. I'm surprised he's come out of the gate so attacking, and it has honestly proven such a wonderful final. Watch out for the right-hand side here. Here is the long ball to Iwobi, but just a little bit too late as he's offside.
Yeah, I mean, clearly Christopher's done a lot of practice. I don't think we never mentioned him about getting to the final. The fact that he's here, the fact that he's showing people that he's going to be a threat here at the World Finals. USMAKABYLE, yeah, we were kind of expecting him to do what he's done. He's had a tough group, he's advanced, he's done well. But Christopher really has been quite impressive in the later stages of this tournament. And whoever wins this fully deserves it, but they've both been phenomenal opponents either way. We've got 8 goals in a final, and that's always great to see. Now here's a chance down the right-hand side with Iwobi. Will he deliver it, or will he just try and maybe hold up the play?
Goal here might surely win it.
You'd say that, but it just seems a case of if you score, I'm going to score one right back. We may be going for possibly a long throw. He's going to play it short. 6 minutes left. Keep your eye on the clock as that winds down.
As long as Christopher has possession, he's fine with it. He might just back himself on penalties. If you told him before this final that he would go toe-to-toe with USMAKABYLE in the scoring department and would be rewarded with a penalty shootout, he might have just grabbed that with both hands. So why not tick some of the time down, frustrate USMAKABYLE here a little bit. It's a dangerous game to play if he gives the ball away, because he might not have a chance to reply if USMAKABYLE were to get that goal in this second period.
Absolutely, he's going to take the long one and then try and dink it in towards Lacazette. It's fallen back towards Mkhitaryan.
Oh,
do you think penalties is something they've worked on, practice before this?
I mean, certainly you don't want to play for penalties, but some players fancy themselves more than others, and that surely is a professional foul. I think that's a tactical one, not going to allow USMAKABYLE the chance to even try and get some pass and moving on the play. Just try and get some players back in his own half and make sure he can defend this as stoutly as possible.
Yeah, USMAKABYLE hasn't really made any changes throughout the game. He's kind of just left it as it is. He's of course made some personnel changes, but tactically it's all been the same kind of formation. It's just the player he is. But yeah, we only have a few more minutes to spare now. The final is coming to a close. We are still at 4-4. There's a confirmation of the booking as well. We have 3 fouls to 1, so it hasn't been the most physical game. We've got 3 minutes just under to play. There won't be any stoppage time. There never is in extra time. Maybe one final throw here for the Frenchman as he works it down the left-hand side. Great feet here by Torreira. Lays it inside. John Jules got a little bit of space. Is this the goal? No, it's not quite. Good defending, though. And that surely will be it.
Don't get too fancy with it here if you're Christopher. Just try and take it down the line. Is there one last chance here? No, there is not. We are going to penalties between these two. Oh, it's a free kick. There's still a chance.
Yeah,
spoken too soon. I've done an Adam.
Absolutely. We've got one final go here. Literally launch this, get it in the box, see if you can cause some problems, because we are over the 1 minute of added time that was requested. Looks like he's just going to try and stick a cursor in there and launch it. That's exactly what he's done. He's looking for the back post. Good header away. Mendoza gets up well. Smashed clear. And there we have it. Completely deadlocked. 4-4, Harry. We were here yesterday with some penalties, and I'm back again, this time with yourself. And yeah, these are always fun to watch, but never fun to be a part of.
Certainly not. I'm surprised that referee honestly gave the chance to Christopher after it was over the 1 minute allotted added on. Often you'll see referees say, no, you won't get another chance, but that one obviously very lenient. But yeah, it's all about the mind games now between these two, and oh, you could not have asked for a better grand final.
Absolutely, and it is going to be Mr. Christopher himself to take the first one. He's got the old cursor going around. Of course, if you hit R1, R2, that will bring that up. They can see that on the screen.
Both players can see this.
But he'll stop at some point, and he will eventually smash it. Question is, which way will he go? He's gone full power. Will he manage to get it past Petr Cech? Yes, straight penalty.
Right in the corner. Advantage Christopher, and the mind games work out. And wouldn't be surprised to see something similar from USMAKABYLE now taking his first penalty.
Yeah, these are always fun to watch. It's going to be Mr. John Jules himself. Goes the same way, and the same result, 1-1.
Yeah, another good penalty. Difficult to save those when they have a bit of height on, and you have to guess exactly the right way. And even sometimes if you do, those can sneak past with a good piece of power. So we're back to 1 as even.
We are now. We've got Lacazette with Christopher. I'll tell you what, he's better than I am with these penalties, because I can't do this.
I'm rubbish.
They're all over the place. Can he make it 2-1? Oh, it's off the post. What a save with a big left palm by Petr Cech. Advantage possibly to the Frenchman.
Great guess from USMAKABYLE, and unfortunate if you're Christopher, that doesn't just roll in off the post. So advantage USMAKABYLE.
Yeah, now we've got a chance here for Keita. Can he at least hit the target? He's gone straight down the middle. We see it time and time again where the goalie dives and you go straight down that middle.
Very brave. Obviously a big risk when you go down the middle. You look a bit foolish if the goalkeeper susses out what you're going to do. So Christopher has to score this.
Has to score. It's going to be Danny Welbeck, and he's follows suit straight down the middle as well. 2 apiece. But USMAKABYLE still has the advantage if he can score here. With Aubameyang, who scored so many goals in this matchup, he's certainly not fed up with it.
All eyes in this arena are on these two gentlemen on the stage at the moment.
It is a jam-packed crowd, it really is. You can see Petr Cech playing the mind games. Go to my right, go to my right, I will go there, and you're going to go the other way.
More pressure now on Christopher. We said he had to score the last one. If he doesn't score this one, it makes it very tough on himself.
Yeah, has to put this away. Pressure's on. Mkhitaryan, number 7. Which way is he going to go? The mind games are just standing there as USMAKABYLE waiting. Which way are you going to go? You're going to go straight, you're going to go left, you're going to go straight into the arms of Cech. Brilliant save. Which does mean, Harry, if he scores this, he wins it.
It's similar to the one that was saved as well by Cech. Pushed onto the post that time, but this one, well guessed by USMAKABYLE. And He's one penalty away from being the champion.
This is it. Can he do it? Mkhitaryan up against Czech, and he does do it. And USMAKABYLE has been crowned the champion for today, not only advancing in